Hey, Carolina Movement family, as 2022 draws to a close, I want to share with you how the movement is moving. We said at our annual gathering that while we are seeing progress in church planting, Carolina Movement is not yet a church planting movement. However, we believe over the next 2 years, Carolina Movement can become one of the first church planting movements in America. A church planting movement is defined as a group of churches consistently planting fourth-generation churches, meaning that churches are consistently planted that plant a church that plants a church that plants a church. That is why our mission at Carolina Movement is to help every church become a church planting church, and why we instill that DNA into our church plants to immediately plant once they are planted. Let me share a snapshot of what we've seen happen in just the last 2 years. In 2020, we saw 3 new churches planted. In 2021, we saw 4 new churches planted. In 2022, we saw 6 new churches planted, but we're praying for more. In 2023, we're praying for 12 new churches to be planted, and in 2024, we're praying for 18 new churches to be planted. But it's not enough for churches to be planted. Church plants must continue to plant new churches if we're going to have a church planting movement. In 2020, we saw 2 churches become new sending churches. In 2021, 8 churches became new sending churches. In 2022, we saw 20 churches become new sending churches, and we're praying for more. We're praying for 60 churches to become new sending churches in 2023 and 90 in 2024. However, we need your help. As we work towards these God-sized church planting goals, I want to challenge your church to invest in what God is doing to give every man, woman, and child in North Carolina the opportunity to respond to Jesus. If your church has never planted a church with Carolina Movement, I challenge you to become a sending church for one of our 2023 church planters. If your church is a sending church, helping us plant new churches in North Carolina, thank you. And I want to invite you to become a stakeholder church, helping us to build the infrastructure needed to fuel this movement and make it possible for 100% of every dollar given by a sending church to fund their church plant. As we get ready for 2023, would you consider making church planting and Carolina Movement an intentional part of your missions budget? You can learn more about being a sending church, stakeholder, resident, or church planter at carolinamovement.com and click Let's Talk to take your next step with Carolina Movement.